Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillahi wa kafa, wa salamun ala ibadihi alladhina istafa, amma ba'd. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun, wa salamun ala al-mursaleen, walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad wa barik wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina wa sallim. اللهم صل على سيدنا وعلى آل سيدنا وبارك وسلم. ربي يسر ولا تؤسر وتمم بالخير وبك نستعين. ربي زدني علما يا فتاح يا فتاح يا فتاح. So alhamdulillah, we are back in our sessions for Ashra Mubashara, the 10 Sahaba who were blessed with the glad tidings of Jannah in their lives by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Nobody enters the Jannah except for the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and nobody can claim this dunya that this person is a person of Jannah or this person is a person of hellfire. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam know the truth, and only they can declare somebody to be either a person of Jannah or Jahannam. So for a person who has been given the glad tidings of Jannah, there should be no doubt about them being in, because this affirmation of them being in Jannah is given by none other than the person who knows about it better than anyone else. So all these Sahaba Ikram who we are studying, why it is important to know about them is because their life is a life which has earned them Jannah, and there's obviously something that they have done right because of which they were given the glad tidings of Jannah. Why would Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam want to inform them about that these are people of Jannah? Because a person, layman like myself, may think that, oh, Anbiya are going to go into Jannah, but they were the Anbiya, they were the prophets. Obviously, they could do no wrong, so it's easy for them to go into Jannah. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that if you think that we are some special people, then here are your day-to-day ordinary human beings, and they have also earned Jannah. So look at their lives, look at what they did, how they lived, what values they lived by, so that you too can become eligible for Jannah. And that is the wisdom behind letting us know that who are the people, so that we can mold our lives, take the good that they had, and ignore any doubts that may be raised about them. These were the people who were Ashab of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whose greatness Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has vouched for himself. So there could be no wrong when talking about them. We have, alhamdulillah, so far spoken about Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Sayyidina Umar Khattab radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Sayyidina Usman bin Affan radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and now we are talking about Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and we are in the second part of discussion about Sayyidina Ali. Last session that we had, we got to know about the initial life of Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, how he accepted Islam, how Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam always loved Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, how close he was to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, how Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave him a personal preference for a number of things because of his close kinship with Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. And we also learned about the bravery of Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, how he participated in all the various ghazwat with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, how he was in the forefront in fighting for Islam in all those places, and how he got the title of Hadeeth, which is brave, and how he became the reason for Muslims conquering Khaybar, and number of other things that we learned about Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. We learned that Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu was the husband of his most beloved daughter, Rasulullah's most beloved daughter. The two sons of Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu were the two most beloved children to Rasulullah, and when it was an occasion for Rasulullah to present his family to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it included Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Fatima radiallahu ta'ala anha, and their two sons. So this was the family that Rasulullah associated himself with, that it is my family, my blood. And Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu was from the blood of Rasulullah as well. Murtaza is the one with whom one is razi with. Murtada. So this is the one that you are pleased with. And Rasulullah had said on a number of occasions that he's pleased with. But I'll also look up what's the background of it. The last thing that we spoke about was the gift that Rasulullah gave to Sayyidina Fatima and to Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu on their bed when he went over to their house, and he told them that should I not tell you about something which will be more pleasing to you and which will take care of all your affairs. So he gave them the Tasbih Fatima that we should all also try to recite at our before going to bed. So these were the few things that we had covered last time in our discussion. Inshallah, we'll continue the discussion today. One other honor that Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu had was that the Hajj that the Muslims did were started on the in the 9th Hijri of our Islamic calendar. So 8th Hijri, Fatah Makkah happened, 9th Hijri, the first Hajj happened. And this was the Hajj in which Rasulullah appointed Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu as the Amir of Hajj, and he had sent him to lead the Hajj. But then afterwards, Rasulullah sent Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu as with special instructions, and Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu then passed on those instructions to Abu Bakr Siddiq as well. So he had a very significant role to play in that Hajj for Muslims as well. And then in the 9th Hijri, he was appointed as the governor for Yemen, and he had left for Yemen. We spoke about that earlier. So on the 10th Hijri, when Rasulullah went for Hajj, Ali radiallahu ta'ala joined him from Yemen. He didn't leave from Medina Munawwara, but he joined from Yemen. So when they met, they had already crossed Miqat by that time. So Rasulullah asked Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu that, which niyat of Hajj have you done? Because there are 3 types of Hajj that can be done, Ifrad, Qiran or Tamattu. So he asked him that, what niyat have you done? Now Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu gave a very beautiful answer. He said that, Ya Rasulullah, I have done the niyat of Hajj that is your niyat of Hajj. So he didn't know that what is the niyat of Hajj, so he made the niyat that I will do this kind of Hajj that Rasulullah is doing the Hajj. So he did Qiran as well because Rasulullah was doing Qiran. Then Rasulullah asked him, have you brought any Hadeeth with you? Like Hadeeth is previously there were no arrangements for Hujjaj to go and just pay the money and get the Qurbani done. They had to bring the sacrificed animal with them. So that's called Hadeeth. So that he asked Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu that have you brought any with you? And Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu said that not only have I brought one for myself, I brought one for you as well. So this is the love that he had for Rasulullah. Then another honor that he had was that on Hajjatul Wada, Rasulullah sacrificed a total of 100 camels. So 100 camels were done for the entire Ummah basically, of which 63 Rasulullah did the Zabah himself, and the remaining 47 were done by Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. 37 were done by Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu on behalf of Rasulullah. So these were great honors that Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu had with him. Once Rasulullah said that Man kuntu mawlahu fa aliyu mawlahu, that whoever I am a friend of, Ali is also a friend of that person. So basically he reaffirmed that whoever keeps Ali as his friend, Rasulullah is a friend of that person as well. Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given him great knowledge as well. He was a profound, wise person. And Rasulullah had said that Ana Madinatul Ilm wa Aliyun Babuha, that I am the city of knowledge and Ali is the door of it. That Ali radiallahu ta'ala is the custodian of it. He is the way to entry into that knowledge that Rasulullah had. Of the 4 main salasil of tasawwuf, of Tazkiyah, 3 of them link back to Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. And it is said that all the ulum of walayat were given to Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu acquired the ulum of walayat from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that is the reason that majority of the salasil that are there for reaching a state of being a friend of Allah or becoming a wali are from Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. So if we think about one of them, although, goes to Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu is said to have obtained, as we discussed when we were studying about Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he is said to have obtained the ulum of Nabuwat from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ulum of Walayat were acquired by Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Silsila Chishtiya, Qadiriya, Saharwardiya, they are all linked back to Hasan Basri radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and Hasan Basri radiallahu ta'ala anhu links up to Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Whereas Silsila Naqshbandiya, that links up to Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu. So Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, given the wisdom that he had, he was also the best qazi that Islam has probably seen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given him such shrewd thinking that he could come up with the decisions like this, especially in the decisions of wirasat, which requires quite complex calculations to be done, because there are shares that needs to be divided according to the share of the wife, the children, the daughters, and everything. Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu would do them within a matter of seconds. He would come up with all the shares and do it. And that was he had, in today's mind, in today's world, he would be definitely, somebody on the engineering or the analytics or the computer side of things. That's how sharp his mind worked. I'll give you a few examples as well about how his intellect was such profound and so sound that even Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu preferred to listen to his judgments on things and matters that he had. Once it happened in the Dawra Khilafat of Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu that a woman was accused of fornication, and she admitted to fornication, so it was decided that she would be stoned. So when the decision had been taken and she was being taken for stoning, Ali radiallahu ta'ala got to know about it. So he stopped the execution and he came to Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu and he said that, is it true that you have commanded her to be stoned? She said yes, because she had done fornication and she had accepted the fact that this is the case. So Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu said that she cannot be stoned right now because she is expecting, and for her expecting mother it is not permissible to do so, because otherwise that would cause the baby to pass away as well, which would be considered as a unjust killing. So Umar radiallahu ta'ala accepted that decision, and he said, it is very famous saying, he said that Laula Aliun la halaka Umar, that had it not been for Ali, Umar would have been killed, like halak ho jata. That was because he realized that Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu had looked at the matter in a far more detail and has caused the judgment to be stopped. Another very interesting incident happened, that once a case came to Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu's court, and there were two people who were disputing that who should get how much money. What had happened was that they were about to have a meal, and one of them had brought 8 breads, 8 rotiyan leke aaya the, and the other one had brought 3 breads, right? And then a third person joined them as well, and they welcomed him, and they all ate. And afterwards, the third person who had joined, he gave a hadiyah of 8 dirham, said that you split it between you, and he left. Now, the person who had 8 breads, who had 5 bread, he said, I'll keep 5, and the one who had 3, he said, you keep 3. But the person who was getting 3 dirhams, he was saying, no, I should get equal, because we all ate equally, so I should get equal. So the case came to Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and it was to be decided that, who should get what. Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu said that, look, you're getting 3 right now. I think that's a fair thing. Just take it. He said, no, I want justice to be done, and I want my fair. He said, if I do justice, would you accept it? He said, yes, I will. He said, okay, then as per my understanding and calculations, you should get 1 dirham and the other should get 7. So he said, okay. So he said, would you now accept that this is? He said, yes, because if you are doing the judgment, it must be fair, so I accept it. But can you please make me understand the logic of it? He said that if we were to divide the 8 breads in total into 3 people, it would be divided into 24 parts, right? Now, which would mean that each bread would be basically 3 parts. Now, you and each person would have eaten equal share, would have been eaten, that he would have eaten from the 24 parts. So when the number of shares that you ate, because you would have eaten. I got this such complex calculation that I got confused as well. So everyone ate 8 pieces each, right? Now the person who had 3 breads, his total was 9 pieces, right? Because there were 24 total pieces. Each person ate 8 pieces, but the person who had 9 pieces, he had brought. He ate 8 out of 9. So when he ate 8 out of 9, he basically consumed. The extra one that was left was 1 piece. And the one who had 15 pieces, who had brought 5, had 15 pieces, of which he ate 8 and 7 were left. So therefore, he gets 7 and the other person gets 1. So, so that's how, he resolved the problem. Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, when Umar radiallahu ta'ala, when Usman radiallahu ta'ala anhu was martyred, the Shura at that place, right, at that point, decided that the best person to be appointed after Usman radiallahu ta'ala anhu is Ali radiallahu ta'ala. So he was appointed as the Amirul Mu'minin for the Muslims. But those were turbulent times. If you recall what had happened with Usman radiallahu ta'ala anhu, it wasn't an easy time for the Muslims at all. There was, such a massive conflict had come up that it led to the Amirul Mu'minin being executed in his house. Now there were people who were hungry for the execution of those who had carried out the execution of, or the shahadat of Usman radiallahu ta'ala. The only witness to who those people were was Sayyidina Naila radiallahu ta'ala anha, wife of Usman radiallahu ta'ala anhu, who was home. And she only recognized the son of Abu Bakr Siddiq, Muhammad bin Abu Bakr Siddiq, among the 3 people who had come in. And she had also borne witness to the fact that Muhammad bin Abu Bakr had left prior to being murdered. And there were 2 other people who had done the execution of Abu Bakr Siddiq, Usman radiallahu ta'ala anhu. And Abu Bakr Siddiq's son, he had said that I do not know that who those people were. So he didn't give the names of those 2 individuals. Wallahu alam, he knew, he didn't know, but it was. Now, for the court of law, it wasn't easy to establish that who were these 2 individuals who could be executed. So Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu wanted to investigate and find out that what the truth of the matter is, and then carry out this. Another thing that Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu did after his appointment as the Amirul Mu'minin, he dismissed all the main appointees of Usman radiallahu ta'ala anhu, because one of the question marks during that time was also that there was nepotism and all of those that had sort of started to take, the rumors with that had started to come up. So in his judgment, he said it will be fair to only appoint new people so that this fitna gets dissolved ASAP. So when he appointed new governors, and the fact that he said that I will take time to investigate and find out who had murdered Usman radiallahu ta'ala anhu, there was a group which sort of became against Ali radiallahu ta'ala. And so much so that Sayyidina Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, who was away at that time in Makkah Mukarramah when this has happened, when she was returning, she found out that this has happened. She went back to Makkah Mukarramah and she then said that we have to avenge the killing of Usman radiallahu ta'ala anhu. And then this led to a point where Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu and Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha in 2 armies came head to head with each other. And both of them didn't, because by this time there were so many other parties that had gotten involved which had ulterior motives that kept on brewing this thing. Eventually their matter got resolved, and then Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu decided that because of the trouble that had come in Medina Munawwara, because of all of this, Medina Munawwara should be saved from all this political mess, because it is at the end of the day the Darul Hukumat for the spirituality as well. It should remain like that. He moved to Kufa, and one of the reasons also was that there were majority of the people who had done bay'ah with Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he had a great support in Kufa, in Iraq as well. Whereas Amir Muawiyah radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he, despite Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu sending him quite a couple of letters to do bay'ah, he kept on saying that till the matter of Usman is resolved, I cannot do bay'ah on you. So that led to more conflict and trouble as well. Long story short, the Dar-e Khilafat of Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu was extremely troublesome. Lots of interfighting among Muslims, thousands of Muslims being killed. In fact, at times Ali radiallahu ta'ala had to advance and remind the opposing party that, did Rasulullah not tell you that there would come a time that you will fight with Ali unjustly? And then those Sahaba said that yes, you're right, we were informed, and then on that realization they would leave the battleground. So Ali radiallahu ta'ala had a very great stance, but Shaitan being Shaitan, he makes people forget that who we are dealing with. It makes you feel that you are on the right because you're standing for the right. Both parties who were fighting, they weren't doing it for their personal matters. They were thinking that they were fighting for the haqq. But if we had only realized that this is Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, perhaps things would have been different. But we are no one to judge about that. We only say what had happened. Once a person came to radiallahu ta'ala anhu and said that the people, Khulafai Rashidin, that were before you, in their time so much success had come and so much prosperity was there. Why is it that in your time there is hardly any peace and there's always this bloodshed and fighting? So Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu said to him that when the Khulafai Rashidin before us were there, we were the advisors to those Khulafai Rashidin, and you are the advisors to me. So because of that, we are where we are. Eventually there came a stage that Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu was executed. He was he attained shahadat as well. And what led to that was that there was a man, his name was Ibn Maljam. This Ibn Maljam, he fell in love with a woman and he wanted to marry that woman. And that woman, she said that I have two conditions. If you fulfill those, then only will I marry you. He said, okay, tell me what are those two conditions. He said that one condition is that I'll take 3,000 dirham as meher. So he said, okay, accepted. And she said that the other condition is that I want you to kill Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, because she was from one of those clans whose men were badly impacted in the battles with Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. As I said, that thousands of men were executed. I mean, if you read about the battles that had taken place, we think that now Ummah is divided. It wasn't pretty at all. So he accepted that as well. So what he did was that he took his dagger, and in that dagger he put that dagger in poison, so that even if that's to slightly put a cut on Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he may not die from that cut, but because of the poison he will certainly pass away. So on 17th of Ramadan he hid in one of the places in Kufa, and Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu was going to the masjid for Fajr, and this was the time when it was still dark, and as he was going towards the masjid, he just came out and he stabbed him. He didn't die of the stab, but obviously the poison was severe, and within 2 days Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu could not keep up with the poison and attained shahadat. So on 20th of Ramadan, Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu he met his creator. He must be in his
a child, so this would
13 plus 12 plus 12, so late 40s, early 50s. 13 years of Rasulullah's Nabuwa, no, 23 years of Rasulullah's Nabuwa, plus
Almost
another,
50, 51 years.
yeah, 50, 51, or even mid 50.
What were the army outside of Medina?
Yeah, but he had prohibited anybody to interfere. Uthman radiallahu ta'ala anhu had prohibited anyone to interfere. That's why all the Sahaba were also on the sidelines. I keep on thinking that why would you be
In Medina,
in
the
Medina,
capital.
in the capital, and not do anything about it? How could you allow just few people to, surround the house of and do a boycott of Khalifa himself? But Uthman radiallahu ta'ala anhu had commanded that nobody would interfere. He didn't want any bloodshed to be done in Medina. Wallahu alam, it needs more. There, perhaps in the books, there's more elaboration. You can read more about that.
So, camel there.
He wasn't killed. But yes, there is more detail to that as well. There's more detail to that. From here on, it's not the prettiest side of Islam, unfortunately. Chalo ji, jazakumullah khair. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.